Hello and welcome to Enterprise Estonia Maritime Industry webinar. My name is Tiina Kivikas. I'm not the born moderator, but today I'm taking this role and trying to guide you through this webinar. I'm working at Enterprise Estonia as expert advisor and advising Germany and Estonian companies that they can cooperate better together. And today my helping side is Argo, who is present himself.
Hello, I'm Argo. I'm going to hold two places today, actually. I'm going to be the moderator here, and I'm going to show you more about the Velvet as a design agency where I work as a Dealmaker. And at the same time, I'm the founder of Estonian Marine and Manufacturing Initiative, that connects Estonian manufacturers with the world suppliers.
So you will see during the webinar that we are not newborn here. We are a team and well-working team already. But we will start with a wonderful chance, and we have opening words and welcoming words from Germany today, where actually Estonian companies always take part of the biggest two trade fairs. One is BOAT in Düsseldorf, another one is SMM in Hamburg. SMM is known as a shipbuilding, machinery and marine technology. We wanted to participate this year also of both trade fairs with almost 30 companies live, but as you know, it's not possible, or it's partly possible virtually. Today, we feel ourselves like in a trade fair. We are the same companies we wanted to be at the trade fair, but also I need to say that Estonia has offered, of course, more. Argo, you said we have almost 100 companies?
We have said we have registered roughly about 100, but we will see later on how many we actually are here.
Yes. But now we are coming to the opening words, and I do give a floor to Mr. Moller, who is project leader from Schleswig-Holstein and the representative of the Maritime Cluster, Northern Germany.
Hello, and a warm welcome from the Maritime Cluster, Northern Germany. It's a pleasure to take part in this webinar and to welcome all the presenting and participating companies from Estonia, and of course, all the international participants. Many sectors within the marine industry face difficult times, and some companies a very uncertain future. To some extent, the current economic climate reminds us of the impact the global financial crisis had on us in 2008 and onwards. However, current times bear a lot more challenges for us marine industry professionals and for our companies than what we've seen back in 2008. And this is not only due to the COVID-19 crisis, which currently does not allow us to do business as usual and to meet at our marketplaces, such as the big international trade shows that take place here in Germany, like the SMM trade show or the boat trade show. Challenges for us are also driven by changing regulations. For example, IMO regulations on emission reductions and cybersecurity on board of ships, to name a few. There are also local requirements from national and local governments. Those pressures and changes currently hold us back from doing the business as usual. But current times also present opportunities, for example, in the areas of technology development for decarbonization or digitalization of products and services to be able to provide cost efficiencies. Those changes require us to adapt and to look into new things, in particular, new selling markets, new products and services, but also new partnerships, not only in sales, but also in product development. All of this can be summed up in one word: innovation. We all need to innovate and build partnerships. I believe there is enough potential in knowledge to innovate and to develop our businesses and the entire industry further. Therefore, it's a pleasure for me to be part of this webinar and to allow companies to present their innovations and connect with an international audience. Thank you very much for having me on board.
Thank you very much, Mr. Moller, and greetings to Schleswig-Holstein. I will take you now through the agenda and explain about a little bit also the platform. But I remembered already from Mr. Moller's speech that innovations are very important. And I think if we bundle our innovations, we can be more stronger. We can build a European platform between Estonian and the European companies. Stronger European networking would make it possible then to, as I said, identify new developments at very early stage, and we can be stronger within Europe. And for sure, we're really looking forward to build also the communication and cooperation between Estonian and the European associations and clusters. There we are totally open. At today's webinar, we will introduce to you, as I said, 7 Estonian companies from Estonia, as we wanted to be at the trade fair. I would like to greet once more our audience, because as I saw participants list, we have there people from Finland, from Denmark, from Germany, from France, from Estonia, from Sweden. We have from the Europe, practically, people, as we have at the trade fairs. Estonian maritime sector, as we said, we have more to offer to you as we can go through today, but I have the honor, first of you, to present the 4 companies. Afterward, Argo will present you 3 companies. After every session, we have a question and answer session. And I will explain to you also a little bit the platform where you are right now. You have here a chance to ask the presenters the questions by clicking Q&A button. If you do not have your own question to ask, be sure to upvote other participants' questions. The most upvoted questions have the highest chance of being asked. And if your questions are not going to be answered, I will guide you how you can take the contact afterwards with the companies and ask them, or ask me, or ask Argo. We will not leave you without answers. Under every presentation, there is also a media button where you can take a closer look at the slides used in the presentations. Be sure to use the networking possibility. By clicking on the profile tab on the bottom bar, it's possible to check the information seen in your profile and define your interest. Be sure to do that, because workshop will recommend you people through this. If you wish to contact somebody from the participants list, just click on their profile and send a message. All our 7 companies are also available at a virtual expo. Don't run now to look them, because this platform is opened the longer time. After our webinar, it's still open. You can go there and take a look at the expo area. But now, let's start with the first presentation. I have honor to present you the company DeRossi. The company DeRossi has a long experience in ships interior engineering, and the references as DFDS Seaways, Hurtigruten, Fjordline, among others. Mr. Heiki Aulik, who is CIO, will do a short presentation.
DeRossi is a turnkey marine interior solutions provider. We have 15 years of experience in business, 150 plus difficult projects experience. We have our own furniture production, and most important key factor, innovative technical solutions through digitalized platform. We believe we can bring excellence to your vessels through these processes. Our digitalized platform can provide for our clients reduced on-site time, which in extreme conditions can be up to 2/3 of actual work time spent on a vessel. We also aim to be fully visible and understandable for our clients. We want them to see online our processes, where we are, how we do, and what is result of a project. If you feel that this is something that you could benefit from, then contact us. And let's try to change the world of building vessels together. Thank you.
Thank you, Heiki, very much. If I would now be the audience, I would like to know, what about digitized platform? What are you offering? So I keep in mind this question and trying to ask it later. But the next company who I want to present to you is Conectra. I have been at this company and visited them, and I need to say I'm impressed. Just a little bit. No, more. I'm very impressed. Because they say they are sewing everything what the needle can handle. So it's a sewing and upholstery company where the cruise ship interiors have an important role in their production. Mrs. Karin Rex, who is a marketing and sales manager, will bring you the next presentation.
Imagine one well-known billionaire super yacht standing on the coast of Barcelona, ready to sail off. But what is missing are the brand new cushion covers made in such a small country like Estonia by Conectra. That task was one of my hardest and most challenging. There was no picture, no image, no old covers, even no image to find on internet. Everything was super secret. Only thing what we had was a handmade drawing on the plastic folio with a lot of different not matching pieces. So we tried to imagine ourselves how this huge, round swimming pool cushion could look like, and it took time, but there was no time. It had to be ready by Friday evening. So I called on Friday and I said, I'm so sorry, but I need extra time. Could you please explain this to a customer? And the answer what I got was, Karin, the covers need to be latest on the plane Sunday afternoon. If not, they will send me to Siberia and I will take you with me. But I'm still here because we worked through the night and the weekend and managed to send it out on time. This story tells you what kind of people, motivated people we have in our company, which has been run by Swedish owner more than 25 years. Today, we have about 50 employees, of which 20 people has been involved more or less from the beginning. That shows how passionate they are about their work, constantly learning, testing, experimenting with the new ideas, and will love to solve clients' problems. We are experienced in performing most complicated sewing operations by handling difficult materials and accessories. You have a new product, no problem. We offer you product development to ensure your finished product meets your expectations before the production. We are flexible and work with short turnarounds. We offer pilot chair covers and cushions for serial boats, bedding upholstery service for cruise ships, or other kind of accessories for boats and yachts. We can work with smaller or bigger quantities. We are long-lasting partnerships. With this new 3D label presenting cooperations between two companies, innovative materials from Spradling, which are with high certification and specially produced for marine business, and product execution by Conectra with high quality as well. This way, we want to show you the perfect cooperation between two companies taking responsibility and trust. Companies like Finmaster, Booster, Gremo Boats, Husky Boats, Anitech, and many others, they trust us. So if you're also looking for a trusted partner, then call us. Thank you for listening.
Thank you very much, Karin. If I would be you, the listener, the other side, I would ask now how you keep up spirit with your long-term partners without not seeing them, without not showing your company. But the next presentation is from the company who has history of 30 years. And their slogan is, it's not just the metallic expansion joints. Let's find out what the company CIO Marko Lillemets means with that.
Imagine the world without expansion joints. Would be nice, one thing less to worry. My name is Marko Lillemets from Pentamet, Estonia. Unfortunately, I can't take away the need for expansion joints, but we can make the process of obtaining these items easier. Pentamet was established in 1989. It has been since a family business. First expansion joint was manufactured in 1995. Now, all fabric and metal expansion joints are manufactured in-house. Since expansion joints are delicate items between heavy items, most important objectives are quality objectives for us. Pentamet is not just using high-quality materials, but also delivers top-class products. We have achieved this through investing into our people, our machinery, and development. We are proud of every expansion joint that we manufacture. No inquiry is too big for us, no order is too small for us. Main sales arguments, beside the laconic pricing, are also delivery time and customer service. Since we manufacture everything in-house, we can deliver very quickly, which is in these difficult times very important factor. Since during the tender phase we put extra effort to communication, we usually can start the projects faster and manufacture items quicker. Why not deliver in the evening when you have ordered already in the morning? Pentamet delivers expansion joints globally. We have customers from Australia to USA. Today, our main customers are EPC companies and OEM companies. We are always looking ways to expand our customer base. Most of our customers have been with us 10 plus years and some even since 1995. We can't already wait to have a chance to work with you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Marko. Pentamet Pentamet is the company who is very typical in Estonia, and it's similar like to in Germany. We have SMEs, which are family-owned companies and which are running their business since like 30 years or even longer. But the next company is called Velvet, and you surely ask, what has an Estonian largest design company to do with the maritime industry? Mr. Argo Sildvee will explain, because Argo, as he said already, he's working there as a Dealmaker.
Hello. I would love to take you to the world of Velvet. 16 years into the business, and now we call ourselves as a secret weapon. Why? Because when in Estonia, we are well known, but actually in the world, nobody knows us, and we have so much to give. We call ourselves as an empathy-first design agency in the world. We are pretty sure because we Googled it, and Google knows everything. But actually, we really go deep down into each one of the projects, what means that we really want to understand. It doesn't matter if it's design or in engineering, important is the outcome and what we do. How big we are? We have 2 offices, one in Tallinn, the other one in Tartu. We have 40 people, or like we say nowadays, we have even 40 offices. So that means that we're working from home. A lot of people working just for you. Velvet Engineering, where and how it was created. In 2018, I took one of the founders, Mart, with me to see actually the SMM, to get the feeling and touch about this environment. I have been in this business for more than 15 years, but he needed to understand that. And it didn't take long. It took almost 4 months, and we had the first order on the table because they were looking for companies like we are. The engineering, the power, and all that, this is what you see from here. But just to get an understanding, 2018 we were in the exhibition, 2019 March we started already with the contract with R&M Finland. We were awarded the second contract with Mardi Gras number 2 to do the updates. In the meanwhile, the Icon project was signed. I know it's on a hold, but anyway, it's coming soon. And we have some other amazing projects coming, but about these ones we talk about soon. But really what makes us different? 2D, 3D, the shipping industry is seriously a little bit behind the world. 2D is what you love, the papers, all that projects printed out and so on. We love to go to 3D. Why? Because we make 90% less mistakes, and actually all the fire load calculations, material calculations, everything comes automatically, and doing updates is like a child's game. But just give you an understanding, Mardi Gras project, 1,200 square meters, 3D work, 2,800 hours spent, and we actually did at the same time 2D, 4,200. Yes, it is on our own expense, but this is the result. This is how we make life much more easier. Just jump in, come and see our beautiful office, our amazing people. Even if you cannot do physically, do that online. Ask me, I will fly down. I will find a way to get into you, into your office, virtually, physically. And you can see from that picture, I'm willing to travel, I'm willing to do and say hello to you and make the first intro to Velvet. Thank you and see you.
Thank you very much, Argo. Very interesting to hear your company's doings and developments as well. But now we have a possibility to ask questions to every participant here. And as I saw, the questions are coming, or as I see, questions are coming. But of course, I prepared myself also some questions because I'm just so curious to know more about how you're dealing with now with this disruption times. And I would start with the question to everybody and describe it come back to the disruption time. I know I don't want to say it so often, but that's the force which is changing the corporate landscape like no other. And how do you describe this disruption time where we are right now? What does it mean to your company, Mr. Aulik?
Well, definitely it's really difficult times. What we have been concentrating is an old saying that during really difficult times, concentrate on things which are time-consuming. But which have very low cost factor. And luckily, we have several things like digitalization, etc. So we are doing that, and hopefully it will drive us through these difficult times.
Thank you. What about your company? How you come out from this situation as a winner?
In a big picture, I see this as an opportunity for Pentamet. Challenging, considering the uncertainties and changes in the industries where we supply our products. I see that there will be a new normality when the dust finally settles. We will keep investing into our company and people. And I see that this is the key to come out as a winner.
Good. Nice to see you are not paralyzed. You're really moving. What about you, Karin? What about Conectra?
Actually, pandemic didn't affect us so much. It's a little bit opposite even. We got more clients who are looking suppliers nearby in Europe. And there is not so many companies who can do this difficult sewing products like we are. So actually, we are doing very well.
So that's the knowledge what help you to go through it. You know what you're doing.
Yes,
basically.
Yes.
Thanks. What about Velvet?
I think it has been a really interesting year for us also. We are in somewhere in between that we had a good year, on the other way we had a really challenging year. For the engineering team, because a lot of postpones in marine industry, that means that we had a lot of works that were cancelled, on hold, and etc. And we had to find the replacements. But the overall, in Velvet side, it has been a really good year that a lot of companies come to us finding the new business models, finding the ways out to go digital. What can I do? Because we were used to it in the world that we can everybody fly and do the business eye to eye. And one moment everything was online. So that means that a lot of e-commerce, a lot of new thinking, how can I approach my customers? So this actually brought a lot of bread on the table. And of course, I think the team from Velvet, from the sales side, did a really good work. And of course, the other team who followed from there.
Thank you, Argo. Sven, you mentioned that you have a digital platform, actually, and your processes are all digitized. What do you mean with that?
Well, for that, firstly, the easiest way to show is having a cooperation with the client. But the base is that we are aiming to put everything online. So the processes which are actually going on is visible not just for us, but also for the client. So we are in a way, after this digitalization process, like an open book for a client. And in this sector, it's basically all about trust and low cost. So the trust is one of additional beneficial things which should come through this process.
I think it's very important to have those platforms nowadays because you're not offering only product or services, you're offering more. And it creates ecosystems, and that's what we are trying to present you today as well here.
Well, maybe additionally, the main difference also is that a question which often is asked that if a partner is not that digitalized, then how do they cope with this? In our case, we share the platform. So it's an additional beneficial thing you can have through this.
Karin, I have a question to you as well, because I see some questions that are coming. I will ask them a little bit later. For me, it's also what the German clients are asking me is how the Estonians are dealing now when you can't travel, when you can't go, how you, if you need to prepare and show a new material or new solutions, how are you doing it?
Yeah, this is a little bit difficult, but we have digital meetings. It works out at the moment well. But of course, we try at least, but touching the materials and seeing the new product is always not so easy to show it on the internet. So it's the meeting is good, but we need to meet each other so that we really understand both sides. When the product is going to be well.
I even noticed from the Germany side, as I deal very often with the German companies, that if they take, like, for the first meeting 1 hour, now digitally they are taking 2 hours.
Oh.
Because they need more time, they need more understanding, they need more communication, we need more communicate with each other. I have a question from the public here, and it is, what is the next milestone you want to reach? I would like to ask it from you.
Well, I think Pentamet invests at the moment quite a lot also, and one of these things is digitalization. So we are working closely with the university in Estonia to solve the problems companies have faced, especially during these disruptive times. So I can't tell a lot more, but stay tuned, and of course follow us on LinkedIn.
Okay, thank you. Argo, you said that you were in the position where you needed to hire or also maritime engineers. Why?
As I said on the presentation, we were really far away from marine in the for the last 16 years, or actually 14 years when we started with marine industry. And that point when we entered this sector, then we realized that the guys we have do not have exactly this know-how. And then we started to source around, and we found some really talented guys who were really, let's say, in the beginning of that road, but they were really willing to learn and participate. And thanks to R&M and Andrus Junolainen in Finland, who actually participated a lot on that, training our people. And I think this has been the road. And now the team is, I have to say, within the last 2 years, grown into really professional team.
Thank you very much. Heiki, DeRossi has more than 15 years in ship engineering, the experiences. What are the biggest challenges you can remember? If it's like has been in last 15 years, or is it the last year?
Well, for sure the last year has been a challenge, but I believe, this is my belief, but usually the most challenging projects are actually new builds. And the fact is that everyone who is part of a project believes in the beginning that there is a lot of time. And in the end, it's always the same. Everyone is out of time. And there are several reasons for that. So there's no one to blame, but that's a fact. And this is also something we've been trying to figure out during last year, but how do you avoid that fact? How do you get easier on time? So maybe this is something as a challenge for us.
Thank you. We hear also many times now and new days, the new words are coming from the media and saying we have to be very sustainable, we have to think about materials and environment. Karin, if you make a proposal to a client, how much can you also propose about the new materials without that they can touch them or feel them?
Actually, we have a long know-how about the materials and also a good cooperation with suppliers. And we can tell clients that which materials they should use, or if they need fireproof, we can have it, and all the certifications. So we have we can say if needed.
But is it like different with the new clients, or you can build the trust like immediately? Let's say last week somebody knocked your door and asked, can you say me what should be the best solution for my project?
Actually, when the clients now, new clients, they come, they are very open. They are just like, they are very open. They say, okay, you are the professional, tell me something, or suggest me something. So they are open, I mean.
Thank you. Marko, what was for you the most challenging project this year?
Well, when you speak about, example, the maritime industry, then very often you need to deliver products within some days. And let's say that when a customer needs to source different expansion joints from different suppliers, it can become a problem. So our goal is to become, or to be, a one-source supplier for a customer, so that we could remove or eliminate the problems with a long lead time. So for us, most important now is keeping our risk analysis up to date and be ready to constantly change it.
Thank you. Very interesting. Let me see now if you have more questions. I need to. Yes, I have here. You can voluntarily answer then, who would like to. What is the bigger thing to remember when somebody wants to get into the marine business during this time?
I can say about it. So I think it's the best time to join the marine industry at the moment. Because as you said, German guys are sitting at home and they're really willing to talk to you. So like one of my, I can say a customer today, but a contact who I was trying to get, for the last 2 years onto his table, he always refused. I finally got him on the phone, not on the phone, but this Zoom meeting room. And then I asked him why it took me so long to get into your table. And he said that when he was in office, he was always so busy and he didn't have the chance to take these like newcomers. And secondly, he said always the boss was looking at him, what he was doing. So he was like afraid then when he's spending too much time on these newcomers, that how the other guys in the office will look like. So I think it's quite a good time because people are open and they are willing to listen and they are looking for new alternatives and options.
That's so true. As you see, today why we organized this event is exactly that we wanted to be at the trade fair, couldn't be there, then it was like a virtual platform. Every trade owner or trade fair owner struggling to find the right platform, so why not to build yourself a platform? And therefore, as I said, this workshop platform will be opened, so take your time. You can go after this event also to the expo area and look the presentations. You can ask now the questions. You can communicate with the participants, take through the list. And of course, we will also put up this video afterwards at our Trade with Estonia webpage. Let me see if I have more questions here. Yes, yes, yes. But I did ask it already, but I will ask it again. Who didn't answer my question? What is your company's biggest advantage? Heiki, might be you.
I think the new platform will be a huge advantage. We have we believe in it, but at the same time, of course, we have this experience with clients who need very high quality, and within this, we've seen very difficult projects, but we've always come through and managed it. So this is definitely one of an advantage, and of course, we have our own furniture production, and not many do have that. So this is something. And this production has also this naval experience through all the years. So this is a very different experience from regular furniture production. And we've been often asked about some know-hows, which we clearly don't show, but and share. But yeah, I think these are the main points.
I always love to come back to the platforms because I strongly believe in that. And I think Estonia is a good place to build the platforms because we are such a tiny country. We know each other. It's practically everybody knows each other. So we are, in that sense, even stronger. Do you agree, Argo? Or Sven, please.
Yeah, I had just one add that probably it's not a question that how Estonia can manage it. It's not a question. It's a question about know-how. Who can give the input of a know-how? How do you make it digitalized?
I can just only add is that we are born as digital already. So that means that it's something that's in our blood. And when people come to our office, it's the same, that what they're looking for is the know-how and extensive of people actually. And that we can copy, actually, that if somebody is, I don't know, homesick, there is somebody else who can replace it. So I think this is one of the values also we say that we have it among our 40 people.
Thank you very much, all the presentations and all the presenters here and the Estonian lovely companies with whom I wanted to be at the trade fair. But might be next time, next live, next digital event, I don't know. But now I will give you the word to Argo, because you have a possibility to present the next companies.
Thank you, Dina, for that. So yes, I will take it over from here for the next 3 companies who are going to present and talk about what they do. But when I look at the Estonian marine industry itself, it's about, I think a few hundred years ago it goes back. I think it goes where, you know, the Vikings were, and we have building ships at this time. So I think if somebody's worried about that Estonia, where it is, and do we have any know-how on that, so I think we know what the shipbuilding is. And a lot of companies we speak about today, they are well known on that field also. But first, I would love to get on stage now Gettone Group. And I know them also basically from the beginning as one of the founders, Andres, and we grew up 15 years ago from Marine. But they are well known as really high-skilled guys who do amazing work, and especially when it comes to emergencies. So they are the guys who fly down, do the work, and basically everybody claps their hands. But, you know, that's me what I'm saying, but I would love to invite Georgi Karhu on stage, who would tell more about it.
Wow, what a year it has been. Just over a year and a half ago, the cruise liners were steaming between the ports of the world. The orders for the new builds for the shipyards were filled 7 years in advance. Everything was blooming, everything was great, everything was awesome. And then we got hit by coronavirus. But you know what? I really don't want to talk about the challenges that the corona has brought us. All the negativity, all the fuss and hassle, the project delays, the project cancellations, and so on. What I want to share with you is our example of how we beat coronavirus, how we overcome the challenges of COVID. This here is a lovely ship of our customer, the Lindblad. The ship has been constructed in Norway last year, and the small picture down in the right corner is a small portion of our crew that did all the interior installation works. Actually, we were on site already before the corona came, but then suddenly the ship owner came to us and said, Gettone Group, you have done your work already, but can I ask you to stay on the ship for a little more time? Because their existing partners, the moment the corona came, they dropped their tools and they run. Basically, how they say, they abandoned the ship. Of course, we said, yes, we are going to stay here and we are going to help you to finish the vessel. So we managed to install 83 cabins within the deadline and with the quality demanded. Times like these are the ones that show what the company is really made of. And we have proven that throughout the years, actually throughout 18 years, to be honest. From one coast to another coast, from refit works in Bahamas to Japan, to new builds from Germany to Norway. We have built all over the world hundreds of ships. We have partnered with shipyards and with cruise lines operators. These companies all know us. They know the quality and the trust we can give them. So why don't you do the same? Trust us, like all the companies have done before. Give us a call. Let's get together through website, through LinkedIn, through Facebook, and let's discuss how can we help you to overcome the challenges of COVID. Remember, trust is the key right now. So let's talk and let's do amazing things together. Thank you.
Thank you, Georgi, for that intro. I have to say the same, that why Estonians are so well known in the world is they will find a way to get to you and actually get this work done. And that's why I'd love to introduce you the next company I have now known for more than a year. And one of the founders, Kuldar, is really well known on that field, that if there is a problem somewhere, it needs to be solved. It's not going to be a COVID who will stop him, but he will find a way to go to the world and do his work. But he has been in the stone business for more than 20 years, so he's well known as a Mr. Stone guy. And I have a chance to travel with him during the COVID times even in last year, and it is true. But what is a man without a woman next to him? So that means that there is also Annika, who is actually balancing this company, and he will tell you now more about it. So what does Maritime Futerno actually do?
Hello, my name is Annika Kolmkant. In 2013, when Kuldar Andrea and I founded Maritime Futerno, there were plenty of stone fabricating shops in the market. Nobody needed another factory. But 8 years later, we are still here. How did we do it? We started picking up works other companies declined as impossible to accomplish or not worth the effort. We spent years making the worst projects work. As a result, the rumors started spreading among architects and furniture producers. There is a company out there who can do this insane project for you. Get in touch with them. Let me show you an example. The owners of Mindshift wanted 6 jacuzzis like this. The curved walls are made of 600 small pieces. To make a smooth curve, each piece has to be designed, cut, and fitted very carefully, because the ceramic surface cannot be processed. Here is another example of an impossible job. This bar top is made in natural marble. Look at the curve and the beautiful profile. Our competitors took one look at this job and saw too many problems. Our project managers, machine operators, and fitters kept looking at this project until they found a solution. The customer loved the result and continued to work with us on several more bars. We know that even if a job seems impossible, there will be a way to do it. We describe our team as more stubborn than stone. We combine the best computer designs with experience of machine operators and skills of artisans. Finally, the fitters bring it all together on site. When you work with Maritime Futerno, this is the team you work with. This attitude has helped us cope with the pandemic. We recently sent a team out to install worktops in Aida Nova cruise ships. Despite travel restrictions, we measured the worktops in Tenerife and installed them when the ship had reached Madeira. It was supposed to be a one-day job, but the old worktops were fitted so firmly that it took 5 days to get them out. We had to make rapid changes to our schedules to keep the team on site and our other deliveries on time. So, at the start of this presentation, I said nobody needed another stone workshop. I hope I've shown you that our customers do need us. In every job we do, the magic word is ingenuity. Even if it's not possible, it is possible. We are more stubborn than stone. We will not let you down. Thank you.
Thank you, Annika, for that. I really love the slogan, more stubborn than stone. So I think it's also a little bit combines together the Estonian marine industry the same way. We are not just going to sit down and relax on this COVID situation, but we will find the new ways. And for the next, I would love to introduce the DeRossi Marine Systems, who are actually an engineering company. So the engineering is actually where everything starts on the marine side, when the ships are built, when we are starting to make a concepts and all that. I think these are the guys who need to have the highest skills what you ever need, because otherwise, you know what can happen with the ships. But what do I know about? I would love to invite Yevgeny on the stage and tell us more about it.
Hello. My name is Dmitri Jekimov, and I am CEO of DeRossi Marine Systems. DeRossi Marine Systems is an Estonian company based in Tallinn, and we are making winches, launch and recovery systems, and instrument deployment units for handling of underwater equipment. What is underwater equipment for us? It's actually everything what is located under the water. Within the fishing, it's fishing trawls. Within the offshore, it's equipment located under the water, which needs umbilical winches. Within the ocean science, it is CTD or side scan sonars, which needs handling also, complete launch and recovery systems. Or also we have the instrumentation deployment solutions, and among the solutions we have the 4 different series. And according to our knowledge, having the 4 different series within the instrumentation deployment makes probably us the company with the biggest choice of the solutions. What we do? First of all, we are a team of dedicated engineers and the project managers. We have all the disciplines represented in-house, such as mechanical, structural, electric and automation, hydraulic discipline, project management, quality control, and after-sales support. This everything we provide from in-house competence. And manufacturing, we are outsourcing to our long-term partners, which makes the welding, assembly, painting, and the testing on our behalf. We are in the business since 2013. And today our cooperation partners mainly located in Europe, Russia, India and China. Now I want to give you a few examples of our recently completed projects. This is a 13-ton SVL launch and recovery system for trencher, which consists from the A-frame and the docking station, umbilical winch with a tension control, control stands with an option for proportional control, and hydraulic power unit. Another example is instrument deployment units, a vertical through-hull deployment with a gate valve or without gate valve, depending on the vessel type and available space inside the vessel. The ocean winch for oceanographic research, this particular one is used for towing of side scan sonar, but based on this solution we can also provide a lot of options for different application within the oceanographic and ocean science research. And now I want to say a few words why to cooperate with us. First of all, we are flexible. By being a small organization, our decision-making process isn't long. We are cooperative and the goal of our customer is always our goal. We are reliable and doesn't make a compromise within the quality and the lead times. We are supportive and always there to support you in case of any issues. And we are innovative by trying to be a step ahead in the fast-changing environment. Thank you very much, and we hope to hear from you.
Thank you, Dmitri. So I have to make a correction now. Yevgeny is with us here on stage, but Dmitri was making this presentation. But we have now seen all these amazing 7 presentations, and I would love to just add before, we start question and answers here. There's so many amazing companies in Estonia that you should look into that one. And like Dina said in the beginning, that we were supposed to be more than 30 companies presenting in the trade fairs this or last year in Germany, or even wide world, even more. So I think there's a lot to search around in Estonia. But let's see now what has people asked from us. So let's see on the web. And we have a question here. I think it goes really well for everybody. So it has even 2 thumbs up. So I think we'll go for that. So do you have a favorite project you have done, which you still look back and with amazing face? So Georgi, if we start with you.
Wow. Well, actually, there are so many different projects we have done in the past 18 years, both new builds and refit projects. But I would say perhaps one of the most challenging projects were the ones that were done in Japan with AIDA ships. And just the scale, how big this whole thing was, and all the logistical hassle and challenges. But we got it done, and it's one of our brightest jewels in the reference book, I would say right now.
Thank you. So from Armi's side, I don't know, Kuldra or Annika, what is your favorite? What is your favorite project that you still remember that, wow, this is it?
I think we have done together with DeRossi many boats in the Urtikuten. It was very difficult, that's very nice job, you know. And also allows like those projects in last autumn. Many of our competitors cannot do their job in the carnival, and we did. We helped out 3 turnkey companies to finish the project right time.
Nice.
Thanks.
But Annika, what has been your favorite one?
It's difficult to say. They are all my favorite in a way, because with every project there is something that we need to develop a solution to together with our team. But I think one of them may be the one I mentioned in the presentation, because in COVID times there was a lot of fears, like what to do when the plans are changing, and should we bring the men back, and should we do new worktops. But as the whole process takes so much time when you produce it in Estonia and you send it with a container to Tenerife or to Madeira, then you don't just make something again. If you just find a solution in that place, and it turned out very well. And in the end, all these fears and the communications we had within our team, we understood that we made the right decisions, everything turned out well, and it's a successful project.
What about you, Evgeny? If you look back into engineering side, what is the project that you remember? You know, what is this wow effect?
What I can say is that, of course, every project is very important for us, but I can say that every project which related to umbilical winches and ROV and subsea drones is quite interesting and quite difficult and quite large projects.
That's nice. I need to answer that one also, because being in a marine, so, you know, when I look back, so for me, it is one of the first ones. I don't know if anyone knows, there was a ship called Pride of America. So I was working still in a factory and doing these doors, assembling them together, you know, the screws and nuts and whatever, and then I had the chance to go on board to fix them, you know. At this time, then maybe I did some mistakes, but this is something I clearly remember step by step, how we did these projects and how we built these doors and how we installed them, and later on how we repaired them. And I think everybody has their favorite ones, but when I'm coming back to Georgi, to you, you know, the coronavirus has hit really badly, but disruption and all that you have seen in the past year. But what has been a key for you, actually? How bad it has been, or it has been something that you say it's not such a big challenge?
Mm-hmm. Well, actually, we have been working on the key disruptions throughout the 18 years, because if I could just mention some of the key elements, I would say, first of all, the trustworthiness. This is something that you just can't get over one night or within a year. We have been working hard through all the years to get it. We are trusted by the partners, by the clients, by the employees, and this is what really matters right now. And secondly would be the flexibility to make quick decisions. If something is needed right now at the other side of the world, can you react fast? I think we can do it. And the third would be the careful planning what comes to the engineering and detailed design. I think back in the days when everything was blooming, if you made a mistake, no worries, you went to the shop, you repaired it. But right now, because all the logistical hassle and the restrictions, the cost of making mistakes in the budget phase, in the planning phase, is much higher. And we are experts in doing great calculations. And I think these three are the keys of destructions.
But when it comes to that, let's say I'm a customer and I'm sitting somewhere in, I don't know, Cayman Islands at the moment, and I have shipped there and I need quickly a refit for 250 people on board, experts. So what do you think about how fast you can get them?
Well, of course, we have been hit by the coronavirus as well. It's no secret. But a couple of years ago, we could, I would say, react within 48 hours. Now, I would say it's 72 hours. We can make the initial plannings, get in touch with our partners, either they're in Bahamas or in Singapore or in Germany. And within 72 hours, we can give the first estimations and can take it from there. So I would say, get things started, it would take less than 5 days.
Wow, that's kind of nice. So anybody out there looking for a quick help, so you know the guy who to call or write, so do that. But coming back to the stone world, so I know, Kuldar, that the customers come to you when things get difficult. So why is that?
We like that. This is like, it keeps us like pushing us ourselves, you know, to develop ourselves and to be competitive, you know. If it's like you do it every day, it keeps you up. We never look the easy way, you know. And if you see the pictures, what they have done, architect and our engineers, they find always a way to how to do that, because you cannot bend the stone. It's something like, you know, the stone was 200 million years ago already here, you know, and yeah. But today we have very high-tech machinery, CNC, but also we have the old school stonemasons. We have put it together, and also engineers. They are very good. Our team is the best, you know.
But can you tell me, because I have traveled with you, have seen that, you know, customers trust you. So how you have done that within the last 20 years? So
I'm not selling. I build relationships, and I always give them. We actually, with our team, give them also more what they're asking from us, and we are somehow we get the good trust. They always coming back to us.
That's very nice. So I think this is the key to keep the customers happy and accept the challenges. But Annika, you know, when it comes to the stone projects itself, so if you would suggest, you know, I'm just a beginner on stone, I don't know much about it. What are the key factors to keep in mind to work with, and, you know, how to make stone projects a successful project?
Well, the key factor for you as a potential customer is to find the right company who actually know what they do. And for us, it's, like Kuldar mentioned, it's our team. It's for a successful project, you need to have highly skilled people from project management to production to installation. Because as other participants also mentioned, there can be on-site some kind of surprises. There can be, you need to work together with architects, with furniture producers, with metal companies. You have to be very creative and have the skills to do all that. And fortunately, our team has all that to make a stone project successful.
That is something that I think on the stone world, for me it was amazing a few weeks ago when we had one customer together with one TV table. When TV table weight goes over 120 kilos, then it's like, okay, that's not something like IKEA can do and to deliver to your home and assemble it together. So that's why you need people like you are. But Evgeny, you know, when we talk about engineering, so I know that it needs a lot of history, skills, and you know, the curve of learning. It's not just something you put the rookie doing something. But what is the most important in your business nowadays when you think about the engineering side?
So for the last years, we have optimized our equipment. I'm talking about Estonian deployment units and launch and recovery systems. And if you're talking about IDU deployment units, then we use these composite materials in order to make this weight of equipment successful for our clients, and because it is a very important moment for our clients. And if we're talking about launch and recovery systems for ROV or for trenches for drones, there are also a very important moment, the weight. And then we use lightweight materials and also non-magnetic and composite materials.
So how open are your customers for suggestions and new materials and all that?
Usually, it's usually for customers, it's very important to use this classical, this steel materials. Yeah,
okay.
But we try to find new options to propose our solutions and our options in these materials.
That's nice. And maybe we also spoke about before that, because engineering, and I know Aisha and everybody's talking about 5G. Yeah. Is it going to affect your business in the coming future?
A good question. But what I can say is today this 5G and this control system, this is a part of our development program, and what I see is that in the future we can use this 5G in remote control systems.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah.
But thank you. So thank you everybody for actually participating, the ones who were here before and now you're here. So I would love to invite Tiina back to stage, and we can wrap it up, the show for today.
Thank you very much, Argo, helping me and cooperating at the stage. It should be as it always is, and
this is the way it should go.
Yeah, I loved this event. How about you?
I think I have to say the same, because I hope that the other side of the camera loved it the same as I did. So they got the information, because it's really difficult nowadays actually to get access to the companies and the information and what's going on. And because I'm this guy who loves to go into events and B2B and have an evening beer and have a chat. But now it's quite complicated, so I think it's quite useful to having events like that.
You have to organize the evening beers online over the Zoom to get together with the people.
Exactly. But I think we have quite a successful event. So we have seen 7 of companies here at the moment, but this is just a fraction, like iceberg, really tip of that. So there are so many, as I told you before, in Estonia, amazing companies doing amazing work. So I think we should, and everybody on the other side, should contact you or me, and we can find you the reliable partner or a new partner or new solution from Estonia.
Thank you. Thank you, Argo. And from my side, a big thanks to all Estonian companies, of course, and my big gratitude for the audience, organizers, and the partners of this webinar. I would also like you to share our webinar afterwards with the business partners, colleagues, or friends. As I said and mentioned it before, it's going to be open here at this platform for, they said, like 2 or 3 months.
Something like that.
And
or if it's going to be successful, I think they will prolong it.
Yeah. And afterwards at Trade with Estonia homepage as well, where you just registered yourself. We would also appreciate your feedback, which you can leave by clicking on the task button under the agenda element conclusion of the event and answering a couple of questions we have written there. It helps us in Enterprise Estonia getting better and offering for the clients and for the sourcing partners, for abroad partners, the better service. From my side, I had the pleasure hosting you today, and just one thing I wanted to add. As an expert advisor in Germany, I just wanted to say to the audience, we have at Enterprise Estonia expert advisors from Singapore over the Kazakhstan up to the Great Britain. So you can have advisors from your own mother tongue. So they can be very helpful for you to find out who are the other 92 Estonian companies in the maritime industry.
Absolutely. And I suggest to use them. I have done that, and they're really nice and really helpful on that field.
So stay healthy. And from my side, I would like to say auf Wiedersehen.
And I would love to say thank you, and hopefully see you all soon somewhere, someplace online physically. But we will see that. Thank you.